Years ago, I was selling advertising for a company in Williamsburg, and we cold called. And I hate cold calling, but I had to pay my bills. So I was selling ads in Williamsburg, Virginia, and I was in this retail shop area, and I walked into this sandwich shop, wine and cheese shop. And I told the guy, hey, buy this thing, and I thought he said no. And so I left. I walked out into the open air. It was an open air mall kind of thing. And I sat on the bench. And I remember looking up in the sky, and I said, I quit. I quit. I can't take it anymore. I can't take rejection. Like, I wanted to quit altogether. And I had this voice in my head that says, go ask him why he said no. And the voice was so loud that I had to look around and see if there was someone there. And there wasn't. I was like, yeah, I quit. I'm giving up. I quit. And the voice says, go ask him why he said no. And you got to understand that this is not, whoever goes back and says, hey, why? You just go on to the next sale. Where me, like, I go. So I go back into the store. I go to the gentleman. I said, can I ask you why you said no? And he said, I didn't say no. I said, for what you're charging, that's cheap. Come back next week and I'll give you a check. In fact, it's so cheap, I'll get you a bunch of other advertisers in the mall. And I said, okay, great, thanks. And I walked out. I sat back on that bench and I said, what just happened? Like, what just happened? And I said to myself that day that I would never, ever quit like that again. And that I would be the best salesperson that I could be in the world so that I always have a job and I always have a backup plan no matter what. Because sales, you can do anywhere in the world. And it turned my life around. That day, I don't have those thoughts anymore. I just plugged along, and I'm here in front of you today because of me going back, literally going back and asking that guy, why? And he said, I didn't say no. And so I do what I do and I say what I say because I know the pains that people go through. I know the challenges. I understand introverts and extroverts and what it's like to be able to not want to do this. But sales makes the world go round. And we can make it a little bit more funner. I know funner's not a word, but it is today. Or simpler. And take a servant mentality versus a selling mentality, people will buy. And we can avoid all that pain.